Selling beef is not the same as ranching. It's not even the same as feeding cattle. It's a completely different aspect that I didn't know anything about until I got started. And I would argue that I still don't know what the heck I'm talking about until I execute on the plan that is in place. And these 3 steers that you see right here is my first crack at selling beef direct to consumer. I grew up on a ranch. I've worked as an ag lender currently. I was a commodity broker for a little over 2 years. So I've seen the finance side of it. I've seen the ranching aspect growing up on a family ranch. I've been around it my whole entire life. But that doesn't mean that I know how to raise beef. And there's a lot of different logistics to it, a lot of different things that you can find online, a lot of different opinions out there. And then there's just a lot of different niches of selling beef direct to consumer. And to make matters worse, you'll find this in ranching, you'll find this in cattle feeding, you'll find this in, heck, even religion. You know, I've talked about my faith. Everybody has their own opinion of what's right. And I would argue almost everything that I've found in this world, it comes down to what works for you. Even when I lost 85 pounds, there was so many people that were saying, you know, you can't do it this way. You have to do it this way. You have to go keto. You have to, you have to do these sprints, or you have to, you can't lift weights. You can't drink that much water, blah, 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 blah. And at the end of the day, I found what worked for me and I executed on the plan, and it just took a lot of repetition. And that's what I plan to do right here. Almost all of you who have watched the video to this point are not subscribing. And I ask you to do that right now. And I wanted to make sure that I wasn't biting off more than I could chew. And so when I approached my dad telling him I wanted to do this, so I needed to purchase these 3 steers separately from him and show this whole business model, making these 3 profitable. I'm going to show all the numbers on this channel. When I approached that, I said, I need to do something that is small enough that I can do with cash, and it makes sense for other people who want to get started in ranching or feeding, or maybe even just raising your own beef. Something that's relatable to the everyday person. And so I started with three head here, because I think that in any business, one of the best ways to do it is to start small and then execute on a system that's profitable, and you can prove that it's profitable, and then you can scale up from there beyond that. Because once you know how much you can make per head, the amount that you can make is only limited by that initial cost, that initial investment. So let's say I know I can make $1,000 per head with these. And these are not the actual numbers. I'm just using it as an example. $1,000 per head. And it cost me $1,000 per head to get started. Well, if I only have 4,000, the most I can scale that up to is 4 head, because they only have 4,000 to buy the initial cattle. So the most amount I can make, if I'm making $1,000 per head, is 4,000. I have to spend 4,000. I end up profiting 4,000. That is, that's my cap. And so that's what we're going to do here, is we're going to figure out what we can make per head. We're going to use that system. We're going to refine it. We're going to figure out what worked well this first year, what didn't work well this first year. And then we're going to make it a little bit better the next year. And maybe we go to 4 head next year. Maybe we don't. Maybe we double it. It just kind of depends on how this all plays out. But if you're interested in this type of topic, if you're interested in selling beef direct to consumer, if you're interested in, any of my other videos, go check them out, because I've talked about my weight loss journey. I've talked about, my faith. The faith is still going to be a part of this channel. Building a profitable ranch. Obviously, that's kind of where I'm pivoting this channel to. But if you're interested in these topics, or you have a topic you want to learn about futures and options, LRP, things like that, go ahead and let me know in the comments. The more subscribers, the more likes, the more comments, the more you push this channel, the more value I can put in it, because I can just spend more time doing it. We're at 700. I'm hoping maybe a couple months we break that 1,000 subscribers. Heck, if you guys are awesome, you share this with 10 friends, we might even make it way faster than that. My first goal for this channel is to get 10,000 subs. Do I need 10,000 subs to make these videos worth it? No. If I'm helping one person with this video, it's worth it. But 10,000 subs, it's a good goal, right? As always, I appreciate y'all for watching. God bless.